Welcome back to the Sneaker Bench. I'm Spyro. On the camera is Raj. Today we're talking about the New Balance 880 V13s, something a little bit different than usual. But first, Raj, what do you have on feet?
I have the Reebok Question Mids in this Georgetown colorway. Honestly, it was like a silly purchase, but I love them.
They were
Like it
cheap.
was, huh?
They were cheap.
I got them for like $40 on Grailed, and I was just like, yeah. I had just watched the Allen Iverson documentary, and I was like, yeah, I want to get a pair.
That's how they get you. I really like those, and they make me want to get a pair of Allen Iverson shoes. They kind of look weird, like really chunky online, which I'm not opposed to chunky shoes, but they look a lot better in person, I think.
I love these. I actually wear them way more than I expected to. So,
And I am wearing, at the moment, the White Cement 3s reimagined from this year. It is my honorable mention in my top 5 sneakers of the year. If you haven't seen that video, go watch our top 5 sneakers of the year so far from last week. Okay, we're getting into these sneakers, and I know it's been a few days since we posted, but there's all the smoke and the smog going on in Chicago and everywhere from the wildfires. We hope everybody's okay from the wildfires. But due to that, it's been so gloomy, and we've kind of pigeonholed ourselves on this bench. So, we film outside, and if it's gloomy, which it kind of is today, this is about as good as we're gonna get for the time being. But expect 2 videos, one a little bit more cool of a shoe coming in the next few days. This video will be coming out first, though, and we're talking about the New Balance 880 V13s. It is my current running shoe. I put about 70 miles in them. And I'm not giving you a super technical review, by the way. I'll tell you how they feel to me, but I am an amateur runner at most. I run most days of the week, but I don't know the technical terms necessarily of all the running, like actual running shoes. So we're gonna talk about how they feel to run in, but also just how they look, because there are a lot of running shoes from 2010 and around that area of time coming back into style. So it's kind of interesting to think about how this shoe maybe in style 10 years from now, think about like 2033, someone might be wearing the New Balance 880 V13s for style, which is kind of crazy to think about, but in all actuality, I guess it's not.
there might be an ALD collab.
If ALD is still around, they might do a 880 V13, who knows? But I'll just get my running review out of the way before we talk about what it actually looks like. They're definitely very supportive. I have a super flat foot, and they're pretty wide, and that definitely helps me a lot. I don't really like the huge Hoka midsole type sneakers that much that a lot of running shoes are looking like now. I think they look cool, but in terms of how I run and how my feet hit the ground, they don't necessarily work that well for me. But like I said, I think those are cool, but I can't necessarily justify getting a pair of those when I wouldn't run in them. And I think they're very supportive. They're very cushy. They're very nice to walk around in. I think this is even a shoe that, like, if your parents need a shoe and they needed just like some support but wanted a comfy shoe, this wouldn't be the worst choice to recommend to them. And also something I liked, I was running in Brooks previously. I was running in the Glycerin 19s, which I really liked, and I switched to the Glycerin 20s, and I like the Glycerin 20s a lot less than the 19s, partly because my heel would slip, and I wear the same exact size in all 3 of those shoes. And these just hold my foot down a lot better. They lock my foot and my ankle down a lot better than the Brooks Glycerin 20s do. But overall, it's a nice ride. They're really fun to run around in, and like I said, I probably put around 75 miles in them, and they still have held up quite well, which I'll show you in the shots, which now we'll just get into how they actually look, which I'd say are pretty cool. So here you've got the shoe. We've got my favorite part of the shoe is the big New Balance logo. It's so cool. This is also 3M, which I'll try to include a picture of. This is, I don't know why, but I think this is just really, really cool.
I hope they keep doing stuff like this on their running sneakers, and I don't know, it looks cool, it looks new, it looks fresh, and this is something that I could see being cool in the future. Maybe people don't necessarily think it's super cool now, but in terms of how cool running shoes look now, I think, or like performance running shoes, I think these are pretty sweet. Another cool thing is also the pattern on the toe. You've got these lines running across the whole toe box. You've got them on this medial side, and then on the very back on the heel you have these dots or whatever you call them, and then this lip that keeps your foot locked in, which is pretty nice. Then you've got the 880. My one thing I don't necessarily like about the looks of the shoe is like the fresh foam. I probably would prefer if they didn't have like, I don't like the fresh foam branding that much. I think it kind of looks a little cheesy, but the fresh foam is really comfortable, so I can't really knock it all too much. Also, I know I talked about the big in, but I really think the small in at the bottom of the big in is really cool. It's a silly little detail, but I think that's cool. And then the in right there, as well as the New Balance on the inside. And the laces are pretty thin. They don't come in untied, which, I mean, it sounds silly, but in a running shoe, that's a big deal. Some of these running shoes, I don't know how, but they have laces that just come undone and undone and undone. But these are pretty nice. And the tongue is pretty big, so it helps keeps you locked down, and it's got the like lace lock type deal, so it doesn't move around when you're running. It stays in place, which is really, really, really nice. And then going to the outsole, as you can see, I've run quite a bit of miles in these, but the only thing that's really showing that much wear is the exposed foam, which, of course, I mean, you can't really expect anything other than that. This exposed foam is going to hit the ground, but I try not to heel strike. I don't think I really do. They have been looked at, and they say I strike with the heel or the front of my foot, which is what you're supposed to do, to my knowledge. But this part of the shoe's rubber is still super intact, and honestly, only real like super signs of wear are like on the tip of the toe, where you can kind of see some of the stuff wearing away. But in general, it's in really good shape for 75 miles, and I'm going to probably put at least 75 plus more miles on them. I'll probably get these to at least 250 miles. So, yeah, I think these shoes are really cool looking. I think they're neat for a modern day running shoe, and they work for me. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not running marathons quite yet, but I think it'd be cool to do that. But yeah, I just want to show this shoe. I had it, and I had been running in it, and I wanted to, I mean, we show the shoes we get. This isn't maybe a shoe that some of our subscribers are hoping to see, but this is also a shoe I have and I wear quite honestly more often than a lot of the other shoes I have, just because I wear these at the very least every other day when I take rests, whatnot, you know. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys these. Of course, we had the nice B-roll shots I was showing you guys throughout, but I guess, Raj, sorry, I just talked for like a long time, but what do you think of these, Raj?
I mean, I obviously don't run in these. I run in a pair of Brooks, but as far as the design elements go, I like the two tones on the gray. It adds continuity, but it also adds a little bit of interest to the upper of the shoe. And one thing I do really appreciate is continuity within the shoe itself. And like when you look at the pebbling on the midsole, and then you look at the pebble kind of structure on the outsole, I just like that. I think it's cool when shoes like, or brands kind of try to keep things like, give it a good flow. Like every shoe has a flow sort of, where it's like, this is kind of how the shoe is, and when brands put focus on that, I think it looks cool, and it does so here too. My favorite pebbling is probably on the inside of the outsole right there. See if that'll pick up. It's probably on the inside of the outsole right there. I just think that looks cool, and then it fades over time, and you get that same pebbly look on the outsole itself, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, nothing crazy for me, just, I mean, these are cool running shoes. It's like, I have my Brooks. I think those are cool running shoes too, but this is definitely a good one. This is definitely a way more interesting design.
And if you guys are interested in seeing other running shoe videos, Raj's Brooks is a really cool colorway, I think. He's running in the Glycerin 20s right now, and I mean, if you guys want to see other videos like this, let us know. If this isn't what you're expecting to see, we're sorry, but like we said, we're posting a video, hopefully the day after this one, of a much cooler sneaker, but also a running sneaker, which is kind of something that prompted us to talk about this sneaker. A few sneakers I wanted to talk about are just keeping sure we're on top of things. The Social Status Mac Attacks are still rumored. There's rumors. I still want to have it on record that I do like those a lot. The J-Tip Saucony Grid Azura, or whatever they're called. Sorry, Saucony, but that colorway is not necessarily for me. It's a little too crazy. But I did see J-Tips. His Complex Sneakers podcast episode was really cool. He seems like a really good guy, and a guy that I would want to support. But the post he put on his Instagram of the next Saucony project he's working on, those look so cool. I am claiming now that I will want those. There was like 3 colorways. I'll have one of the pictures up here somewhere. I am really curious to see all 3 of those. He showed one colorway up close, and then one was in the background, and he showed like the insoles of all 3. So you kind of got the color scheme of them all, but you didn't see all 3 of them. Those are really cool. I think I sent you them on Instagram, Raj. I don't know if you necessarily saw them, but what do you think about those?
These are nuts, dude. I mean, they look very cool, and they're definitely really interesting. Holy smokes, dude. These are...
And the 3 insoles, you see like the 3 insoles. It's really cool.
The insoles are really cool, and I just think it's funny how each insole says a different thing. One says
like,
where...
Yeah, what do they say?
Okay, so there's the pink one says where to dinner, the blue one says where to a date, and then the brown one says where to a party. Which I just think that's funny.
That's cool. I like those a
cool.
lot. He did a great job on those, even though we haven't even seen all 3. The one he posted the full photo is so cool.
And the one in the background of the one he posted the full photo of, it's like this red, orangish, like brownish tones. Holy smokes, dude. Those are so sick.
Those are cool.
Those are so dope. If I could get my hands on a pair, I might get those. Because those are... my first pair of sneakers I ever bought were a pair of Sauconys, and I've been wanting to get one more, but haven't gotten around to it yet.
Those are just a few sneakers. Raj, do you have any sneakers you want to talk about?
Yeah, the Spiderman Dunks. Dude, I love those. Here, I'll show you. I've been waiting for a Spider-Man shoe to be, like, so cool enough to the point where I have to have it. And honestly, I missed trying to get the, like, Chicago one version that they did. These Dunks are... I think they're pretty cool. I might not like them enough to get them, but they're... I don't know, maybe we'll see, but they're super nice to me. Also, for whatever reason, there's like 3 new Samba colorways or campus colorways on Adidas, and I think 2 of them legitimately are very cool. There's like a green and a pink one, and they seem a little bit more experimental, which I like. There's an all over yellow one that is really cool as well. So that's some things that have been on my eye recently.
If you want to get a Samba, apparently, check out these.
They're like GRs too.
These GRs from Adidas. Definitely the Sambas are a great shoe. On the shoe of the summer again. So if you guys want to get a pair, check those out on Adidas. I'll try to put a link in the description below if they are still available. But anyways, I think that's it for us at this video today. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate everybody who has subscribed, commented, liked, or anything, interacted on any of your videos in any way. We really appreciate you. And if you made it this far on the video, we appreciate you even more. So guys, please have a great day. And we'll see you in the next video.